For those of you who don't know me, hello, I'm Noah Koff. I'm a solo entrepreneur of a consulting and coaching business called Redwood, based in Portland, Oregon. And we've been going since 2017. And my background before this is scaling as a consumer membership business executive of a mid-sized business. And before that, I scaled up a marketing agency, also a mid-sized business. And my experience in fundraising covers both startup work, helping raise money as an executive inside startups, and also coaching and consulting with clients to help them with the different phases of fundraising. I set out as an entrepreneur to help clients create impact for their business, and that's why I have also established the 100K Founders Grant. And that's a little bit about me. So let's jump into our presentation. So today I'd like to cover these areas over the coming 20 minutes or so. I'm hoping that I can move through this content at a brisk pace so that we can make lots of time for your questions and for us to talk about your business and your specific challenges with our subject. Our subject today is scaling business and fundraising at the same time. And we're going to cover traction metrics. We're going to dig into the 4 horsemen of doom for scaling. We're going to talk about peak performance and how leaders can have it. And we're also going to talk a bit about how we could work together and partner on your big goal. And then we're going to go into Q&A. So first up, this is a cartoon that I love because for me, it really captures what you go through as a founder day after day. The simple insight that I have about scaling and fundraising at the same time is that it's incredibly tough. It's incredibly tough. And my job, my goal as a coach for my clients is to ensure that you don't get an ulcer doing this tough job day after day. So let's talk about traction metrics. Why? Why traction metrics? So you're pitching investors. How do they know that you're making something that users and clients and customers love? How do you signal to investors that there's tons of market demand for what you're doing? And what's a really clear way to show this? And a clear way to quantify that you're growing every month and every week even. So the traction metrics, they show your growth and the velocity of change specific to your business model. So that could be revenue changing weekly, monthly. That could be MRR if you have that type of business model. This could be signing up pilots and fully rolling those out. This could be getting letters of intent or conditional commitments for your fundraising, for people to buy shares of your company. Those are all real strong signals to investors that your company is growing and this is a hot company to invest in. So let's talk about being set up to scale. Let's do a quick audit for you right now. Number one, do you have systems for marketing and for selling your product online, for example? Do you have systems that underpin how you market, how you reach massive amounts of customers, uh, to create awareness, to engage them, and then also to convert sales and to retain them. Do you have fundraising systems for targeting ideal investors at scale and then reaching out to them and managing your pipeline? Do you have systems for those things? Do you have infrastructure, for your digital marketing, to collect data about the people who visit your shop? So do you have all the systems that collect this data, that provide analysis and insights, and retargeting and reselling and remarketing? Do you have that type of infrastructure? And with your people, do you have functional leadership of the different areas of marketing, of sales, of customer service, of product? And do you have a plan to develop these functional leaders and these teams? These are the areas that you need to be set up for in order to scale. Let's talk about the horsemen of doom. So last year, I worked with 72 entrepreneurs. I've seen a lot of different trends developing in terms of what helps people succeed, and also what are those things that really signed, and signal doom. Number one at the top is planning, lack of planning. If you're not planning ahead, setting goals and really mapping out those programs, that is a horseman of doom. Number two is immature systems, both for business analysis and communication. Number three is not having the infrastructure in place for your data and analytics. And number four, it's founder stress and burnout, not having the self-command and self-sabotage, not managing the self-sabotage behavior. Let's talk about peak performance. To have peak performance, this is the Venn diagram right here. My dear mentor, Gerhardt, breaks it down as peak performance is about having skill set, tool set, and mindset. And that's really having those things overlapping. And when you do have those things overlapping, that's when you're in peak performance. That's the sweet spot, really. So I want to share with you some of the ways that leaders who have peak performance, these are the ways. And each one of these is its own masterclass. And so we're not going to be going deep into all of these, but I want you to know that this is the stuff that I help my founders with. This is the stuff that I coach and train on. And it very much is about setting up leaders to have it. And so, yeah, these are some of the things: knowing your numbers, pre-planning objectives and goal achievement, being consistent with massive action, and on, and practicing. And yeah, also key here is, not beating yourself up when you hit stressful situations or deal with difficult people, or when you fall short of an outcome you want. You pivot and keep going. This is all part of what leaders do that I see, that I help, that I partner with. This is what they're doing. So these are the things. So let's talk about your business and how quickly you'd like to see changes in your business. This year, are you set up to grow your business by 50%? Are you aiming for 100% growth of your traction metric? Do you want to go? Are you shooting for the moon? Are you going for a 1,000% growth? I work with typically businesses in those three areas: 50% growth, 100% growth, or 1,000% growth. And how about reaching lots of highly qualified and targeted investors at scale? How quickly do you want to see that happening in your business? And how quickly do you want to have more ease and flow? And how quickly do you want to have more time back for what's really important to you, whatever that looks like for you in your life? Another project, or friends and family, or upgrading your home, or whatever it is that you are working to as your dream life. That's really what I want to help you with, is getting to a better life through having these massive wins and helping you with these massive changes. So this brings me to how we could do work together on your big goal. I have set out with my program to, this is a custom program. It's 90 days, and it helps you with all of the things that you need for success with scaling your business and fundraising at the same time. It's mental fitness training. It's the accelerator methodology for scaling those metrics that matter to you and your business model. It's fundraising and having a system to do your 8-figure fundraising, or 7 figures, depending on what you need, and giving you accountability and helping you every week with your massive action plan. So that's just a quick overview of my program and how I can help you with massive impact for your big goal. That is my presentation, and I wanted to make lots of room for questions about your challenges and what you're going through in your business as you think about fundraising this year or scaling. And I would love to open this up for questions, and I'm going to stop recording so we can do that.